Hey boys and girls, today is lesson 1-7, which we are going to be measuring volume by counting cubes. So you will recall yesterday's lesson, we did non-standard units of measurement. So I want you to be thinking as I do this lesson today, why would we want to all use the same unit or a standard unit of measurement? Think about that for a minute. Why would we all want to use the same measurement? So once again, I have my handy dandy checkbox because it's small and it's easy to show you. And instead of using a non-standard, we're going to take centimeter cubes. So as we know, a centimeter cube is this, right? It's a three-dimensional shape. They are all the same size. They are universal size. And they're actually 1 centimeter, right? So if we take a look at all of the cubes going across, and I count all of these cubes going across this side, I have 17 cubes. Notice that Mrs. DM decided to figure out this length by sticking them here in the middle. This can be done anywhere. So when you actually start to do some of this work, you're going to notice that they give you pictures that have cubes similar to this, and they're going to have that side in all different places. So I wanted to get you used to seeing it in a different spot. So if we go down here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have 8 cubes going down. We have 17 going across. So if I move this out of the way, we're going to multiply 17 times 8. So we have 8 times 7, which is 56. Regroup. 8 times 1, which is 8, plus 5, which gives me 13. Okay, so for this first row, we have 136. Now notice when I bring this back that we have 3 cubes high, 1, 2, 3, or 3 levels. So that means we will have 3 levels or 3 high or 3 layers, however you want to look at that. So in order to figure out the volume of this particular container using those cubes, I would need to then take that total times 3. So we're going to do 3 times 6, which gives me 18. Regroup. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 gives me 10. Regroup. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So notice I got 408. Now how are we going to label that? How are we going to label that? Since we used cubes, we're going to label it in what we call cubic units. Okay, and you might see that abbreviated like units cubed. So it might look like that, which means the same thing. Okay, so when you start working today, you are going to have some pictures. They're going to be different sizes of rectangular prisms. They're going to be using centimeter cubes in picture form. The tricky part is going to be figuring out when they put the cubes in a way that you can't see them all, and trying to figure out, okay, which cubes are hiding, how do I know that there's one under there, and figuring out how to find the volume in that manner. Okay, so hopefully you'll do great, which I'm positive that you will. But just think about the fact that sometimes cubes are hiding and you've got to be careful. So it doesn't hurt to go back and double check when you count to make sure that you didn't miss anything. So once again, think about, why did we use a standard unit of measurement? Anytime we are measuring and we use a standard, that way everybody uses the same thing to measure with, which means when we go to compare answers or responses, if we all use the same type of unit, then we should have an answer that's either the same or very, very close. So that is the reason why we want to make sure that we use a standard unit of measurement. And that's why we've slowly gotten into this process so that you can actually see how this all comes together. And eventually, you're going to be using a formula to find volume. So we'll get there. Thank you.